It's funny what a little bit of color can do to bring enjoyment to any space, whether that's indoors or outdoors, whether that be flowers or maybe even some outdoor colored lights. It's just all fun to see. Another thing to mention is that Govee's outdoor lights are waterproof, so you don't have to worry about them being out in the elements. Also, the durability is amazing. I've had lights out there for 3 or 4 years baking in the sun and they are still running strong. Just a few months ago, we set up a ton of Christmas lights and got to enjoy Govee's new permanent outdoor lights, which were awesome, but not something that I typically run on a daily basis. Now, some of the other lights we set up net lights and curtain lights and just kind of a whole array of things, which from Govee is just really cool to see all those colors. Well, summer is now approaching and Govee has a whole new line of things for us to set up. So I have teamed up with Govee for this video to show you guys some of their new products coming to the outdoors. So sit back, relax, grab a drink if you want to, and let's see how Govee has helped me transform my backyard. So the first lights that I set up were the Govee spotlights. I wanted to put these underneath the olive tree that I had out in the backyard. And one thing I like about these specifically is they have really long cables that go between each spotlight. So I can get these things far out from each other, which is a welcome experience considering ones that I used in the past only had about a 3-foot long cable. Now I do have a weatherproof box back behind the tree that I have kind of a bunch of different lights plugged into. So I had to open that guy up, make sure that I could fit these new spotlights in there. Thankfully I could. Got everything plugged up and set up. The casing around each light is a nice metal. You're gonna attach the stake to the bottom of it, get it into the ground, and then you can position these in the direction that you want to have them in. Now, thankfully, even though there are 2 lights, there is only 1 plug needed. There is a splitter in the middle that's going to divide that out, and then all of that's going to go into 1 plug, which I really appreciated. From here, you can adjust the colors that you want. You can set them up individually, or you can actually just control them together. For me, I decided to go with a bit of a Mardi Gras theme with a teal color and a purple color shooting up into the trees, but you can also do any style of white balance that you want on there. If you want a little bit more warm or brighter, you always have that option too. The next thing was replacing the porch light that I have in the backyard. Now, I was actually really excited to add some color to this area, especially with Govee's outdoor wall light. The quality of this thing is amazing. I love that it is a nice metal frame on the top with the light below it. It's a nice big bright light. In fact, even during the daytime, this light was bright. All I had to do is pop off my old light. There were only 3 cables that I needed connected, a black, a white, and a ground. Got those connected, put the mount on, and then this thing really just slides in to where it needs to go. If you do install this outside in an area that can get wet, you're going to want to put some kind of caulking around the light so it doesn't get water in there. But then once you get that set up, you're good to go. This thing can do so many different colors. You do solid colors. You could pick one of the themes inside of the app to bring in some other colors or movement to the light, which I thought was really nice. And you can also dim this light. So if you don't want it that bright, you can always dim it down if you want to. And another great thing about a lot of these products from Govee is that you're either going to be able to connect them via Matter or Wi-Fi. So you've got those options there to control them whether you're home or not. And you can also integrate a lot of these into your smart home. Now, the next thing that I wanted to get set up was the outdoor clear bulb string lights. Now, I wanted to test these out to see if they were bright enough for the area that I wanted. I had some old Govee lights that I actually set up years ago that have been doing a great job. I love them out there, but this string was going to be a little bit longer and we want to try some of the new stuff. So I took the old string down, which is just a testament to the quality that Govee provides, that this thing has been up for probably about 5 years and it's still going strong. But I took that one down, we put up the new one, got some extra lighting over there. And I gotta say, with these lights right here, they don't give off a ton of light. They're more for like an ambiance look. So when you set these up, don't expect these to be lighting up your entire yard. If you have a party or something like that, you're gonna want some extra lighting with these guys right here. But these guys do bring a nice look and vibe to any area you're trying to spruce up. Now, if you're looking for something that's going to brighten up an area, I definitely recommend checking out the Govee Outdoor String Lights 2. The lights on the string are going to be a lot closer together and it's gonna provide a lot more light to an area. I didn't really have a space in my yard to set up this many lights, especially because it's a 96-foot string. Now, it does come in different sizes, but if you're looking to light an area up, this is definitely going to be the one you're going to want to check out. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, because these are such unique lights and I love seeing the innovation that Govee is coming out with, and that is their garden lights. So these lights right here are 2 strips of LED lights that you can put out in your garden, and they're going to point down to light up the area. So you can lift them up where they attach, adjust the angle that you want, slide them them back in, and they do come with little screws that you can tighten that up to keep them in the spot that you want. You're then going to add the different attachments to make the stand longer or shorter depending on what you want. And I like that they are a green color so they blend in a little bit more with the garden area. Now for the first setup one that I did here, I put it in the garden. I only used one of the stands, so this one is the smaller version. Now this here is a box of 2. Each stand comes with 2 lights and then 2 of the stand lengths with a stake that goes into the bottom of them. I did want to test out, so when I did my setup, I only put one of the lengths on the first one, and then I wanted to see if the cables going through the pipe were going to be long enough for me to add the other one to be a 3, and it did work. So I was able to do up to 3 lengths of the pipe on one using one on the other one. So you do have a little bit of variety with the size lengths that you can get with these. But these were really fun to set up. Now granted, my actual garden area is still in its infancy. We just planted some corn. It's my first time trying to grow corn, so we're gonna see how that works. Those really aren't grown up yet, so you're just seeing a lot of dirt. But over to the side, I did plant a spring mix, which the flowers coming in there look amazing. Kind of a little overgrown for the area, but in there, we've got the spring mix for flowers. Also have some carrots. I do have one jalapeno and then a random dill that started growing, but I did put the light over there, made that one really tall to kind of get over the whole area, but that one looks fantastic, and you can really see the light shooting down. Now with everything from Govee, you can adjust the colors from here. If you do want a cool or warm white, you can also add some color, and then adjust the brightness on those too. The neon rope is another colorful option from Govee. You can use these to line pathways, maybe even put a design on a wall. For me, I didn't really have a spot to put this in my yard, or at least not that I could think of right now. But the colors that this thing gives off is really cool. I love the design. I love the actual product itself. It feels very well made and can be used to line walkways, planter beds, or like I mentioned, even putting a design on a wall. Now earlier I was talking about the Govee string lights too, and how I didn't really have a place in my yard to put them up, mostly because the string is so long, but that is also because outside, I do have the Govee permanent outdoor lights that we installed during Christmas time. Now, the cool thing with these, even though I technically in my HOA can't have these on all the time, I can actually segment them into areas that I may want to have them on, and that for me would be the back of the house. So for these, I actually turned off all the lights around the front of the house where people could see, but I can have them on the back. So it's not pretty dark in the backyard right now, but these lights can provide so much ambient light to the whole backyard. Now notice the lights are on the second story. When I turn these on, look at how much light it brings to my backyard. If these were even lower, they bring even more light, so that is just an additional benefit that these lights bring. So that was a great way for me to get some extra lighting in the backyard and utilize these permanent outdoor lights on more of a daily basis. Now, even though I did have to have some professionals come out and install the permanent outdoor lights, I was able to install some of the other fun lights to use during this last holiday season. And now it's going to be the curtained lights that I actually put on my garage. Now, this is a 3-pack right here, and having lights that can cover your garage is awesome, because to me, every time I decorate during the holidays, that's always a dark spot in my design. So having these curtain lights really added a pop of color to the area. Now, granted, you don't have to put these just on your garage door. You can get just a single section of this and put them around your yard. Put them somewhere else in your house that can add a pop of color and design that is really going to stand out and look beautiful. The last set of lights that I want to talk about that I used during this last holiday season are the Govee net lights. Now these are fantastic if you have got bushes or shrubs, anything around your area that you want a nice even spread of lights. But I also had found that with it being a net, you could put these anywhere. I ended up moving these off of the bushes in front of my house and just put it directly onto the side of my house, and it worked perfect. The designs it was giving was cool, and these net lights, in addition to the curtain lights, allows you to bring fun scenes to any area. You can use a lot of the pre-programmed stuff that Govee offers, but there's also a community that can add stuff to it, and you can always go and grab their stuff and put it on your curtain lights or your net lights to bring in some customization, which I absolutely love. Well, now that I have my yard all set up for summer, which of these lights did you guys like? and want to add to your yard? Let me know in the description below. If you guys do want to see in more detail what I did for my Christmas setup, you guys can check out this video right here. If this video is helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.